judge today denying bail for the man accused of assaulting federal immigration agents with his truck before they shot him and his passenger. The judge siding with U.S. attorneys and finding that 34-year-old Luis Nino-Moncada is a flight risk and a danger to the community. Good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us for K2 News at 4. I'm Deborah Knapp.
And I'm Reich Aswood. Today we heard arguments for and against bail. Let's go right to K2's Christina Giardinelli, who was at that hearing today. Christina, the arguments shed new light on what happened when Border Patrol pulled over Nino-Moncada on January 8th.
Yeah, right. Some of the new information we got today, federal agents claiming that Nino-Moncada's vehicle hit a federal agent. The front of his truck hit a federal agent as he was reversing at an angle. They then claim that he put the car into drive and headed directly in the direction of the federal agent, who fired 5 rounds into his vehicle. Now, Nino-Moncada's lawyer claims that he was acting out of fear, that a federal agent was trying to break his window, and out of fear, he drove his vehicle. Luis Nino-Moncada will stay in federal custody at Multnomah County Jail until his trial, scheduled for this spring. He's accused of assaulting federal agents the afternoon of January 8th. The judge siding with U.S. attorneys, saying Nino-Moncada is a danger to the community and a flight risk. The judge noted that the images of the federal agent's destroyed vehicle shows that danger, as well as the fact that Nino-Moncada had 8 convictions for speeding violations. Nino-Moncada's lawyers had tried to argue that the feds lacked evidence to support claims that he intentionally drove his vehicle towards ICE agents. They claim that he may have just been fleeing because he was afraid after they smashed his window. Tung Yin, a law professor at Lewis and Clark who specializes in federal cases like these, says the lack of evidence could prove a problem.
So there's an analogous situation, not video, but DNA evidence around the beginning of the 21st century, where prosecutors started losing some cases that they sort of in the past had been winning. And it turned out that the theory that was coined for this was called the CSI effect, that because of the popularity of that show, CSI, that jurors actually started to expect that there would be DNA evidence in every case.
He says a similar effect could take place because of the prevalence of body camera footage nowadays. But he also says the images of the rammed car are powerful evidence. Now, we have been reporting extensively on this case, including federal claims that Nino-Moncada and his passenger were affiliated with the transnational criminal organization Tren de Aragua. That coming up in court today, with those lawyers saying they do not believe he is a member, only that he knows people who may be members, and they say that's not evidence of a crime, but rather evidence supporting a lack of moral character. Live in downtown Portland, Christina Giardinelli, K2 News.
Christina, thank you for that. New today, Nino-Moncada's attorneys say he was taking his girlfriend, Yorlina Zambrano Contreras, to the doctor when the shooting happened. Federal officers say they were trying to arrest her in the operation. She was also shot, but has not been charged in the shooting. At last check, she is in federal custody facing immigration-related charges.
This is new at 4. Police say a federal immigration officer was involved in a shooting during an operation in Los Angeles County this morning. The Sheriff's Department says Border Patrol or DHS was involved in the shooting in Willowbrook, California. Spokesperson says no one was shot. All suspects were detained and officers accounted for. Details on the immigration enforcement operation and what led up to the shooting, those remain unclear. The incident did draw a large crowd of both local and federal authorities and protesters.
K2 is on your side, continuing to track the investigation into the federal agent-involved shooting in Portland and the cases in California and Minnesota. When we're not on air, find the latest updates online at K2.com.